Hello there, and welcome back to Syberia, the first game, Syberia 1. Actually, it's just called Syberia. Yeah, I'm playing this game 20 years after the first release, and it's still amazing. I still love it. I'm still really enjoying it. We just
Where
arrived.
are we, Oscar?
At the halls of residence of Barockstadt University.
And do we really have to stop here?
The situation is incompatible with the pursuit of our journey.
What are you waiting for, then? Wind them up. Find a way. There must be some sort of train winding thing just laying around in this weirdo station.
I have seen nothing that fits that description, Kate Walker.
I guess we'd better find out, then.
I do not like this station. The atmospheric humidity is detrimental to my sophisticated wheel workings. I will wait for you inside the train.
Wimp.
Of course, I have to take care of everything.
And to think that when I first became a lawyer, I was worried I'd get stuck behind a desk.
Is something wrong, Kate Walker? Is the restaurant car service not to your liking? Would you like another pillow?
Don't worry, Oscar. Everything's just hunky-dory. And you are just hunky-dory, too. Oscar, we have a serious problem. How can we carry on our journey if this train doesn't want to budge? What are our options?
Every clock has its key, Kate Walker. Keep looking.
Well, I hope you're right. I'm gonna go see what I can find. Oscar, there's no way you could help me find a way to wind the train back up again?
Rust awaits my every movement if I leave this train, Kate Walker. And what would you do with a rusty engine driver?
Not a lot, I suppose. Oscar, I think that Hans Vorarlberg once stayed in this town after he left Valadilen. Maybe this wasn't a chance stopover after all.
Nothing is left to chance in a railroad network.
You agree with me, then?
We have no concrete proof to support your hypothesis. The train stopped because the clockwork mechanism is unwound. That is the only concrete evidence we have, Kate Walker.
I was just hoping for a little imagination on your part, Oscar.
No, Kate Walker. I am only an automaton, Kate Walker.
No, you're not.
This train might be a wonder of technology, but the engine's limited autonomy is a liability. You got to admit that.
I am afraid I refuse to entertain this consideration, Kate Walker.
Okay.
Oscar, see you later, alligator.
In a while, Kate Walker.
Okay, yeah, so we just arrived in Barockstadt. And the train station of Barockstadt is actually one of my favorite locations in this game. Because just look at it, it's so cool. It's like a fucking rainforest or like a greenhouse inside that massive train station. It's so cool. And then there are all these birds flying around. And I'm not sure where we go first. We're just gonna look around. Yeah, but I remember this, and this specific location, it just kept, it just was stuck in my head. It, like, since I played it for the first time, the game, I just remembered this specific location in the game. Because it's so special, just look at it. So cool. Yeah, and actually Barockstadt is a university city. So I think actually they made the train station, they created this greenhouse in the train station for studying the plants and the birds, but I'm not sure about that.
Hello.
You arrived by train, I see.
Yes, I've come from Valadilen.
It's been a long time since I've seen a train here. Students, did you bring students with you?
No, I traveled alone. Well, almost alone.
I remember around the start of fall, trains would bring kids from all around the world here to study zoology and botany, paleontology, and all that stuff. This was a great university.
And it isn't still great today, then?
Today, well,
Have you been the station master of Barockstadt for a long time?
I've never had another job. Now, you tell me, are you in charge of this train?
No, I mean, I'm not sure.
So what's your thing here? You come here to do some bookworming over at the university?
Well, sort of. I'm always looking for new information.
Well, you don't seem to know a lot. And about that train, it's gonna get in the way if you leave it there, that's for sure.
In fact, I'm a lawyer and I'm conducting a pretty unusual investigation.
Investigation, huh? Hey, I'm just a station master. I don't know too much about anything.
Well, you never know. Anybody could be significant in this case.
See, nobody actually tells me anything, so my hands are totally clean.
I never implied they weren't.
And like he's hiding something. Wait, which one did I click? Second one already?
I feel like I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Hey, anything I can do, miss, you just let me know.
The name Hans Vorarlberg doesn't mean anything to you by chance, does it?
Oh, do you really think I'd remember one little name from the thousands that pass through this station?
I'm sorry to junk up your station like this, but the spring mechanism on my train needs winding.
A spring-operated locomotive. There's a thing.
Yeah, and an impractical thing, too.
Yeah, I always dreamed of taking the train, but now I'm over the hill. And someone has to take care of the birds, after all.
All these birds in a station. It's amazing.
This is no ordinary station, miss. Oh, no. These birds are part of the prestigious University of Barockstadt ornithological collection. Over the years, this aviary has housed some of the most fantastic species from all over the world. And I'm not exactly their typical station master either. This award is my responsibility, and that is no easy task.
I can well believe you.
And you know what's the hardest? The hardest thing is to keep interspecial harmony. And one day some explorer introduced a couple of cuckoos from the Amazon. Whoa!
It wasn't a good idea?
A nightmare! You know, cuckoos lay their eggs in the nests of other species, right? Now, what's more, they also push the host's eggs out of the nest so that they receive all the mother's attention, right? Accursed cuckoos. Nightmare.
I see what you mean. That's one tricky bird. And there was nothing you could do to stop it?
The faculty declared the bird a protected species. If it wasn't for our mechanical eagle, we were sitting on a major ornithological catastrophe.
You have an automaton here?
A wonder of technology. It's an eagle that's mounted on wings in the air. It passes through and it swoops down to collect parasite eggs. But heck, the dang eagle's been out of order for several years. Impossible to collect the eggs myself.
Why not?
I can't climb up the gangway. I fell off it several months back, and I still have a pain in my spine. Not to mention the vertigo I've been getting. I only have to look up in the air. Whoa.
You poor soul. That must be very hard.
Worst thing is, cuckoo eggs piling up in the nests. Soon the rectors are gonna notice. There's trouble in store. Big trouble. I'm worried. Yep, worried.
I won't disturb you any longer, Mr. Station Master.
Welcome to Barockstadt, miss.
Maybe I can help with that. I picked up something. A hook. Yeah, this is... I don't know. The creativity of the developers for the locations in this game is just amazing, in my opinion. I love it. Okay, let's go here to the other end of the platform. Oh, hello. Okay. Where does this go? Ah yeah, so here's the university building. I'm not sure what we're gonna find here. I think that's the way we want to go with the train. Well, this is kind of... I don't know.
That thing looks like the winding
Correct.
machine I used in the Valadiland station. I've got to find a way of getting the train up here.
Wait, where? Okay, so we just have to move the train a little forward to then wind it up. Okay, and then there's a big gate here, and okay, nothing else. So we're going back, which is gonna take a moment because she's running all the way, and we can't skip. And she was talking about this thing. And so it looks like the city is actually abandoned, and the university apparently also doesn't have many students coming here anymore. Look at this big train station though. It's so cool. Okay, well, let's check out the other side of the trail.
Kate Walker! Kate Walker! Come over here, please! I have something to say to you!
Okay, I'm coming.
Yes, Oscar, what is it?
A message has arrived for you.
A message?
You have been summoned to see the rectors. They are the highest authority at the university. They want to talk to you.
Talk to me?
Yes, to the person responsible for the train.
So, I'm in charge now, sure, okay. But why would these gentlemen want to see me at all?
They do not say why, just that it's very important.
Well, we're gonna find out in a moment. So, I guess these are the cuckoos. No messing around with them. I'm gonna leave them for now, and we can't climb up there yet. So let's check out here.
Can't go that way.
Yep, okay. Where can we go? I feel like I missed the exit. Where was it? Ah, I think we go here. To leave. Gesellschaft der Ostschleusen. Barockstadter Schleusen. Okay. So it's about this thing here. I don't know the English word. Okay, in case of problems, contact the following number. But we don't have any problems yet with the water,
I
right?
need a key.
Yeah, it's not relevant yet. So we're just going to... I don't know. Another nice view of the train station, and we're gonna go to the university because people want to talk to us. Yeah, such a big train station and university, and not a single person. Or actually, we met one person, but in general, it's like a very weird atmosphere in this in Barockstadt because it's, I don't know, so empty and dead. Oh, okay. We can talk to these people, but we don't care about that yet. Oh, actually, no, we do care about that. Because they can pull the train, right? So let's talk to them.
Hey there! On the boat!
Guten Tag, schöne Mademoiselle.
My husband say, hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?
My name is Kate Walker, and I'm a lawyer. I'm in charge of this train. This situation is really very new to me.
Lawyer, good job. Earn lot of money.
A lot? A lot? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I can't really complain, I guess. There's worse.
Lawyer always ask a lot of money.
Can we change the subject, please? I really don't want to go down this road. Are you from Barockstadt?
Yet,
So you're like me. Birds just passing through. I'm stuck here because of my train.
Kleine Puskereisen mit uns, no?
What did he say?
train kaput. No luck for you.
I have a little problem with my train. It's kind of broken. I've absolutely got to get it out of the station. Do you think you could tow it over to the wall with your barge?
Lock closed. Barge blocked.
But if the locks were open, would it be okay to tow my train then?
Porke no? More money for that werk.
Da is possible. My husband say we help you if you give money.
Right. And how much do you want?
Cinquante.
He want $150.
$150? I don't have that much.
No money, no barge.
Let me offer you 75.
Nay, $125.
Out of the question. $100 and not a dime more.
Correct. You have barge for $100.
Great. Now, don't move. I'll be back as quick as possible with the money.
She doesn't even have the money. Okay.
You must really get to see the countryside. Do you know New York at all?
We no understand.
I'm looking for a funny little man who is supposed to live in Syberia. Can you imagine that? Syberia. I expect you've already been there.
Sie vragen kommen to Syberia?
Syberia. No. Too cold. Barge no break ice.
I hope my train isn't too big for your barge.
Tis okay. Motorboat, erste Klasse.
My husband say correct. Powerful motor.
I mean, we're not exactly very far from the winding machine, are we? It's dumb, isn't it, all this effort to go a few yards?
Put train in barge? Nay, not possible.
Have you gone down to take a look around the station yet? It's amazing. You know, it's full of exotic birds.
Me to moigir? Ja. Ja, met plezier.
We no leave boat. Husband is land sick.
It's not very polite of you to take advantage of my predicament. We could have done favors for each other, for free, out of solidarity.
Father, Allah speak not full. Money, ja, moig full.
Excuse me?
My husband say need money for leave. $100 not lot for fancy lady like you.
How would you know a fancy lady like me, really? I'll leave you to it. I won't disturb you again.
До свидания.
What language are they speaking? There was like some, I think, Danish or Dutch. I'm not sure. Some sounded like Eastern European, and some sounded German. It was like a mix of several languages. Very confusing. I think she was also Russian. She had definitely a Russian accent. Okay, so we were supposed to open the thingy. Okay, but we're gonna talk to the directors of Barockstadt first, and then we're gonna take care of the train. It looks like a Vorarlberg automaton.
This thing's jammed.
That we have to fix, like all the other ones. Okay, there's a person there. We can talk to him.
Hello.
Hey, baby, you party? You sure looking mighty fine. Love those big round eyes.
Just who do you think you are?
Hey, spunky. I'd like that in a lady. Okay, I'm hooked. Come on, Zol. I'll let you buy me that coffee.
I don't remember ever asking.
Hey, don't play hard to get. I know you like it big time.
Listen, kid. Go back home and play with your toy cars and forget you ever saw me.
Yeah, you tell them, Kate. You tell them. Stupid boy. Hey, welcome to the Barockstadt University. Oh, I guess that's them.
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Tell me, young lady, to what do we owe this pleasure?
Please do be brief. We do not have very much time on our hands.
As rectors of this university, we have serious matters to attend to and our time is precious.
I have heard you wish to meet the owner of the train that is currently in your station. May I know the reason for your summons?
We are surprised that your train has not yet left, miss. The situation is most regrettable.
The rules do clearly state that trains are meant to come and go and not remain stationary at a platform.
Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
We agree then, dear colleagues, that what we're dealing with is deviant behavior.
This matter really is cause for concern.
It's a clockwork train, you see? So it needs winding up again. Unfortunately, there is no equipment in the station to do this.
A clockwork train? That's strange.
How very quaint. You mean it's some sort of mechanical toy?
You are causing a hindrance to us, miss.
I am very hopeful that I will find what I need along the wall.
The wall? Miss, that really is not a suitable place for you to go.
Especially for a young lady.
You see, miss, we freely admit that every day we praise the existence of that particular edifice. We owe the integrity of our dear university and the fine education it provides to the wall.
It protects us from harm and invasion from the unknown.
May God protect us from what is beyond those ramparts, miss. Please believe me.
I don't have any choice. I must continue my journey.
Such a decision is a correct one since it's in line with regulations.
Thus, your train will indeed be able to leave.
And consequently cease to obstruct our station.
I haven't introduced myself. My name is Kate Walker.
Walker, haven't we already had a Miss Walker? Ethnology Masters, September 1953, if my memory serves me correctly.
Perfectly well, my dear colleague. But if I may be so bold, it was a Mr. Walker and not a Miss. It was Bill Walker, sat this June 68 exams. The impudent fool turned up for the oral assessment in jeans, flouting strict internal regulations which explicitly state the required uniform for the occasion.
Pure incitement. It was scandalous. Sadly, we have seen worse since. Young people lack all respect of traditional values.
Tradition, young lady. One must always uphold tradition.
You see, I didn't actually intend to stop here, but the springs of my train gave up, you see?
No, not really. You mean to say you're not a student?
You have arrived a little late in the term, miss. Enrollment for this year has already terminated.
But as rectors of this university, and therefore representatives of its highest authority, we could bend the rules a little, if you like.
You don't understand. I'm a lawyer from New York. Or rather, Valladolid, more precisely. My client wants to buy out an old mechanical toy factory, but its heir isn't actually dead and is living somewhere in Syberia. I've got to get to him to sign the sales contract. You see?
Not really. This is a most peculiar tale.
A kerfuffle of the highest order.
We have an excellent law school, if you should ever change your mind.
Can you possibly help me out here?
Miss, your insistence is almost verging on indecency.
We cannot constantly be at your disposal. We have many other requests to attend to.
If you don't mind, could you not disturb us all the time? Thank you.
Does the name Hans Vorarlberg mean anything to you by chance?
Ah, one of the brightest, most idealistic intellects to have graced our university. Hans Vorarlberg. I remember speaking to him once. I was still a student at the time. He just stared at me, lost in thought for a while. He scarcely ever said a word. But how can one forget him?
Idealistic? I'll grant you that. But bright? Oh, don't go too far. He was completely incapable of passing any exams. All he ever did was to sit in on lessons, and not many of them either. Paleontology, mainly. He had an unhealthy passion for mammoths, which matched the state of his intellect perfectly. That is to say, prehistoric.
Prehistoric? How dare you? A little far-fetched, maybe. But he did have flashes of intellectual brilliance, comprehensible only to high-minded scholars who hold no score by appearances. My dear colleague, your hasty conclusions are somewhat cavalier.
My assessment is wholly accurate. The boy was a little odd. You must concur if my father, who was rector of the university at the time, had not shown great indulgence towards him. Hans Vorarlberg would have never attended this establishment.
What about the bandstand, then? Is that the work of a deranged mind? Even after all these years, you are still jealous of it.
My dear colleagues, I beseech you, let's show some decorum. We have a visitor. What do you want with Hans Vorarlberg, miss? Are you a member of his family?
No, not at all. I'm looking for him to clear up an inheritance matter. Is he still here?
What? Here? At the university? No, not at all. He left a long time ago. Yes, a very long time ago. The very year I was nominated to this position, in fact. Almost 50 years ago already.
The poor soul moved on once he learned all he needed to know about mammoths.
Ah, this establishment was never quite the same after his departure, it must be said.
You mean to say it was never as bad? All that oddball brought to this university was his misplaced fantasies.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, let's try to retain the calm and level-headedness that befits our position.
Hey, so 50 years ago he was
Excuse
there.
me.
Oh,
Miss, we find ourselves terribly put out by the presence of your train in our station and by its recurrent immobility.
Indeed, the situation is very regrettable. Your huge locomotive is very cumbersome.
A train should first stop, then subsequently leave. That is the rule.
yeah, I get it.
That idea of the station aviary is really very original.
It's the pride of our university. One of the specialties taught here is zoology, you see, and more particularly, ornithology. Proper study and instruction should not be limited to books. Observation of living matter is indissociable from theoretical questions.
It contains some very rare specimens that have been brought back from faraway, exotic countries, especially for our university, by the world's most intrepid explorers.
Do you remember Alexander Valenbois and his peculiar bird?
Absolutely. His gift produced some very embarrassing long-term consequences.
A poison chalice indeed. It must be said the situation could have been much worse, however.
Oh, yes, it could have been terrible.
Can they stop talking already?
Some sailors have agreed to tow the train, but I don't have enough money to pay them. I was wondering if you could help me out. For a while. I could work for the money.
Please wait, miss. We have certain confibulations to attend to.
That is right. We must confibulate between ourselves. A collegiate decision must be taken.
I hope that we are not indisposing you in any way.
Why not?
If it helps us get rid of that train.
My word, that is a fine idea.
What do you have in mind, gentlemen?
When you arrived here, you must have noticed a splendid bandstand which honors the main university courtyard.
A unique piece of mechanical craftsmanship which no longer works, alas.
Why, yes, we have very moving memories of its melodies. We're prepared to offer you a financial reward if you can set it working again.
With pleasure. What do I have to do?
Unfortunately, my dear, time and rust have taken their toll on this university, and our automatons no longer have a spring in their step. You are going to have to be resourceful.
To tell you the truth, there are a number of complex mechanisms here in Barockstadt, and it would appear that we have unfortunately lost their operating instructions.
Your train, however, is an extremely ingenious invention, so you should be no stranger to complex mechanisms, should you? We are therefore counting on your ingenuity, miss.
I hope that I can show myself worthy of your faith in me, gentlemen.
Well, my dear colleagues, one more university matter nicely tied up.
Congratulations.
Here we are, busy
Okay.
chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen.
Well, these guys surely like to talk. Okay, but we got ourselves a deal. We just have to fix the automatons around the train station. And that should fix our problem. There was another door here somewhere. Let's check this out. Natura non facit saltus. So, the library. I don't speak Latin, so I have no idea what that means. But the roof, the glass roof, that looks amazing. Oh, there are actually some people here, some students, I assume.
Excuse me. Can I disturb you a second?
No.
You could be a little bit nicer about it.
Keep quiet. In case you haven't noticed, we're somewhere that requires silence and tranquility.
He looks like the guard from outside the building. Okay, oh, what's this? A book? Oh wait, Amazon book. Let's take a look. The red Amazon cuckoo, Cuculus rosso. This subspecies of the common Cuculus canus is endemic in the Amazon forests and is one of the region's most brightly colored species. The male's oh god, I can't read that. The male's plumage is a bright vermilion, while the female's is a little more russet and neutral. Habitat and food. The red cuckoo inhabits the more isolated and denser areas for the Amazon forest. It is reliant on the thick upper foliage of the rainforest to live its lonely existence. The explorer may nevertheless have an excellent view of the bird when the animal ventures to lower branches in search of forest Sauvignon grapes. The wild vines provide the bird with the majority of its food. The cuckoo is particularly partial to its juicy fruit. The red cuckoo may sometimes gorge itself on this fruit to the point of drunkenness, rendering it an easy prey for any jungle predator. Eat and be eaten. Such is the implacable law of nature. Reproduction. Like other species of cuckoo, the red Amazon cuckoo delegates the task of raising its young to other birds. This parasitic behavior enables the species to reproduce prolifically and with minimum effort. The female cuckoo scouts its territory on the lookout for nests under construction. She chooses the moment when its owners are absent to lay her eggs, generally in the afternoon. The host, meanwhile, will lay mainly in the morning. After laying an egg in her selected nest, the female will remove one of the host's eggs and destroy it or eat it later. The cuckoo's egg generally hatches before the eggs of its adopted brothers and sisters. The cuckoo chick will instinctively edge the other eggs from the nest. The young cuckoo grows fast. Sometimes its foster parents will perch on the back of the hungry chick to feed it. Even if the cuckoo's egg is very different to the smaller host eggs, it nevertheless mimics the host egg in certain ways, not perfectly, but just enough to be accepted by most species. The future. The red cuckoo's love for the grape could sadly prove fatal for the species in the medium term. European settlers who have tried to cultivate the grape on the Amazonian plains have decimated the Amazon red cuckoo population. Grape producers, to protect their harvests from what they would call inveterate looting, have declared all-out war on the bird. It is to be feared that the cuckoo will be on the losing side. The red cuckoo reproduces relatively well in captivity and is one of the jewels in the crown of the Barockstadt University ornithological collections. However, scientists at the university have their own reservations about the species and its propensity to become practically invasive whenever conditions are favorable to it, to the detriment of other rarer species. Heads of the Barockstadt aviary, I don't know, have therefore undertaken a policy of birth control to attempt to balance out nature's imperfections in this artificial environment. The forest Sauvignon grape. Today, it is very rare to find the forest Sauvignon grape in the wild. The species has been decimated by a terrible equatorial phylloxera epidemic. However, in Europe, successful cultivation of the plant is the pride of the Barockstadt University Botany Collection and has largely contributed to the survival of the species around the world. Okay, so I guess we will need some of those grapes to get rid of the birds. And then we can climb up the ladder. Is there anything here? Can go here or there? I guess we can look for books. The Illustrated Dictionary of Plants and Mushrooms. The Yangala cola. The Yangala cola is a mushroom without stem that has a chewy texture. It is a member of the polypore family and grows exclusively on the trunks of certain trees of the Amazonian jungle. While it is edible when young, the Yangala cola has a woody texture and insipid flavor and offers no great culinary appeal. Native Amazonian tribes, however, are very attached to the mushroom. Why they are so fond of the fungus has taken extensive scientific research to elucidate. Biologists have reached the conclusion that the Yangala cola contains a special substance that is unique to the mushroom. The substance significantly affects vision and enhances its acuteness enormously. Amazonian Indian hunters discovered its effect and started using it centuries ago. The Yangala cola is dried and ground to a powder and consumed before the hunt commences. Its effect is instantaneous, and the penetration of the hunter's vision increases extraordinarily. The hunter is then able to aim and hit targets concealed behind thick undergrowth, even over great distances. Okay. Oh, what happened here? Oh, okay. Well, that was all I needed from there. I can't climb up there again. Okay, let's check out here. I don't know how that is gonna come in handy yet. The information about the mushroom, but maybe we will need it in the future. So we have it, and I don't see anything else here to do or to pick up. So I guess we can just go outside, maybe? Or maybe check the rest of the university and then go back outside and try to solve the issues with the automatons. Yeah, and we need to get that. Oh, actually, we can ask these guys about the wine, the grapes, before continuing. Because if they have it, they have to tell me where it is.
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
You wouldn't know if there is any Forest Sauvignon here in Barockstadt, would you?
Absolutely.
When he says absolutely, he means, of course, absolutely none.
What we mean, of course, is that we are absolutely positive there is no Forest Sauvignon here in Barockstadt.
Bullshit.
Really? Are you sure? Because I read in a book that Barockstadt possesses a number of plants. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some if possible.
Out of the question, miss.
The assistant rector means to say that our priority is for you to remove your train from our station. Your research will have to wait until your next stop.
Yes, that's right. Your train must leave the station immediately, so please refrain from wasting our time in needless visitations.
Don't forget the regulations, miss. Don't forget them. Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. And quickly!
Oh, I need the stupid grapes for the
Here
stupid
we are,
birds,
busy
though.
chatting, and look at the clock.
Already?
Thank you.
And thank you.
Okay, I can actually skip some of the conversation. That's helpful. Okay, so they're not gonna give it voluntarily, so I have to get it somehow else. Okay, what else can we look at? We can go here upstairs. No. Just one guy sleeping here. They really don't have many students, do they? Okay, well, there's nothing else going on here either. Yet. We're gonna probably come back here later. Okay.
No point. It's locked.
Alright. I thought I could just go back there because there were two stairs. Two flight of stairs. One left, one right. But no, we can only take this one. Okay. Now I think we can go to the other side of the hallway. And... yeah, like right here. Oh, there is even someone here.
Excuse me. Sir, please, just a moment.
Yes, what is it? I'm not deaf, you know.
I am sorry to disturb you in your work, sir, but...
This young Mammothus primigenius is barely 40,000 years old. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, miss?
Yes. Probably.
What do you mean, probably?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know, I see. What can I do for you, my dear child?
To tell you the truth, I don't know very much about mammoths, and I'm not here as a student. In fact, I'm a lawyer.
It's all right. Nobody is perfect. All the same, the study of the Pleistocene period is fascinating.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sorry to say my current mission is totally monopolizing my time. Another time, maybe.
Ah, that's what they all say. But anyway, let me present myself. I'm Cornelius Ponce, Emeritus Professor and Lecturer at the University of Barockstadt. I'm proud to say that I'm head of the Department of Paleozoology at our university.
Kate Walker. Pleased to meet you. It wasn't really my intention to stop off here, but I'll confess, this university is really very impressive.
Ah, indeed. There's such a tradition of learning here. And so much knowledge, a real depth of culture, intelligence, and gray matter. I myself did my studies here and never left.
Actually, I'm here because I've been summoned by the rectors of the university.
Oh, I see. You must have made a mistake on your enrollment form.
Oh, no. I haven't come here to study. I have an important matter of inheritance to attend to. I have to find the heir.
And you hope you will find him here?
I'm not altogether sure. But you see, my train broke down coming into Barockstadt station.
In that case, my dear, you must come to one of my lectures. Here's a question for you. Do you know what the Proboscidean order is?
The Probo-whatian?
I see. There are gaps in your knowledge that need refreshing.
I feel I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Oh, my dear child, you've chosen your moment. I absolutely must finish off my lecture for this afternoon.
It's a lecture about mammoths?
Oh, yes and no. More specifically, it is about their migration. Do excuse me, I need to concentrate.
To tell you the truth, I'm looking for Mr. Hans Vorarlberg. He's the sole heir of a very unusual factory. My company is in charge of negotiations for the takeover of this factory. At last word, he was living in Syberia. So, as soon as my train is ready, I'll be continuing my journey eastwards.
Syberia. Ah, Syberia. But what was it you said again?
Said what?
You mentioned a name. The person you are looking for.
Vorarlberg. Hans Vorarlberg. Do you know him?
Hans Vorarlberg. How could I forget him? Such an extraordinary fellow. So inventive. We shared a passion for mammoths, you know, and we bonded over this passion. Without it, I confess, I would have had little to do with an odd, ageless retard like Hans. At the time, we were both students. Well, sort of. Put it this way. Hans had special permission to attend paleontology lectures. You see, he didn't really have the necessary qualifications. In exchange, Hans did a few odd jobs around the university.
Your Hans Vorarlberg sounds uncannily like the one I'm looking for.
I'm not sure, my dear. Hans was above all questions of money and business. Just to imagine him running a factory, perish the thought.
Can you tell me a little bit more about him?
He was always a mystery to me. He never said very much, and never quite seemed to grasp what you said to him. He expressed himself instead through his incredible mechanical contraptions. His inventions, I admit, have been much appreciated by the university. The few times we really did talk, it was about his strange interest for mammoths and a doll. Some sort of doll that obsessed him.
A doll, you say?
Yes. He kept talking about it. One day he described it to me. A sort of children's toy. A miniature mammoth mounted by a mount. It appears he found it in a cave not far from his home. The event all sounds very dramatic. His account was slightly confused, but it awoke a great interest in me.
What do you mean?
To my knowledge, there was only one tribe who made figurines featuring a mount, and that tribe is the Yukols. They live in the farthest reaches of Syberia, and for them, the dolls constituted a sacred object, illustrating one of their central legends. How such a doll made the journey from the frozen Siberian north to a cave in the French Alps is a mystery to me. Even today, it is beyond my comprehension.
Have you considered that Hans Vorarlberg was maybe making it up? You said yourself he didn't seem to have all his mental facilities intact.
No, that's impossible. Hans couldn't invent a story like that. The doll is a sacred part of the Syberia legend. He described it to me in exact detail. Syberia itself is a chimera that paleontologists of the world are very fond of pursuing.
Arriving in Barockstadt is an amazing experience. I've never seen such a station.
You came by train?
Yes, in a kind of clockwork train with a spring mechanism that winds down regularly.
You mean you drive a train? Young ladies of today never cease to amaze me.
Oh, no, I'm not the engineer. The train's engineer is actually an automaton. I am sorry, all this probably sounds very strange.
A clockwork train, driven by an automaton. I once knew a man long ago who could have invented such a train. It was he who designed the bandstand in the main square. To think that he was even capable of creating such a gadget. He was astounding, a true genius. But oddly, at the same time, he was also almost a child. It was as if his mental and physical evolution had definitively halted at the age of 10. Can you believe that?
Yes. I think I can believe that. At least I'm beginning to.
We can actually show him that, the figure, the toy, the mammoth figure. I guess I can pick it up back in the train and then bring it to him.
My train stopped in a peculiar aviary. It's very odd. A lot of bird species seem to seek harbor there.
Ornithology is far from being my favorite subject, but I must concede that the station is the pride of the university. It was initially intended for teaching purposes, but then birds started arriving from all around the world. It seems that there are still rare species breeding there and flourishing.
Are there? Can you give me an example?
I have been told about a kind of bird with peculiar habits. Let's see now, the Amazon cuckoo, that's right. But, oh, I'm so foolish, I can't remember what was so special about it. Just that its behavior is very peculiar.
The Amazon? Where's the Amazon? What is the Amazon?
I'm sorry, my dear, but one cannot learn everything in a lifetime. Specialization is the key to real knowledge. Why don't you pay a visit to our library?
Thank you very much. If I were to say Forest Sauvignon to you, what would you say?
Oh, let's see. Sauvignon. Sauvignon? I would say it's some kind of tropical shrub, don't you think?
We are talking about the same plant, then. It is a very rare shrub with small, juicy fruits. I found a book about the Amazon, and it says that there are even Sauvignon plants growing right here in Barockstadt. You wouldn't know where, would you?
Amazon Sauvignon plants here? No. No, I don't think there are any. Highly implausible. But, you should ask the station master. He is keeper of the greenhouse at our university, so he could tell you more than me.
Oh, thanks very much.
I will do that.
Professor, how do I say this? You see, I didn't think I'd need a lot of money when I set out. And it turns out I need money after all. It's a delicate matter, I know, but I was wondering if you could help me out.
My dear, it would be a pleasure, but you see, I barely have enough myself to cover my meager expenditure on what I'm paid by the university.
Sorry, I didn't mean to offend or...
However, if we look at the example of Hans, it is true that our university always rewards people who perform some service for it. This is our dear rector's jurisdiction, however.
Yeah, we
I'll
already
leave you in
solved that.
peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Okay. So maybe the station guard can
No point. It's locked.
tell us where that these grapes, where we can find them. So we're gonna go there in a moment. And then we're also gonna pick up the mammoth figure toy from the train. Okay, that's
No
all
point.
closed.
It's locked.
Okay, then let's go back outside. Not gonna talk to this. Oh, okay. To the stupid guard again.
Hello?
So, you got him then, this air?
It's you, Mr. Marson. Good day, and how are you, sir?
I'll feel a whole lot better when this whole business is over and the sales contract is signed. Where the hell are you?
I'm in Barockstadt.
What? What in God's name are you doing there?
It's a magnificent university town. It would appear Hans Vorarlberg once passed by here several years ago.
So if he isn't there anymore, then there's no point hanging around.
I hear what you're saying, sir, but I have good reason to believe that Hans Vorarlberg is still alive. For the time being, I'm trying to gather extra information from people who have known him.
What's your next destination?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Doesn't sound like you know too much, Kate.
I just need a bit of time, Mr. Marson.
Yeah, well, time is what you ain't got. Keep me posted.
He's getting pissed. I mean, there's not much we can do, right? But to try and find him. Okay, so we're supposed to fix this thing. And yeah, on the other side we already took a look. It looks like there's a golden egg missing here.
This thing's jammed.
to open, I don't know, the door. So, golden egg missing. Sounds like it has something to do with the birds in the train station. So I guess we're gonna find it there. Probably when we're going up that ladder. The first thing is that the grapes, that forest Sauvignon. And then getting rid of the birds and then climbing up the ladder. So let's talk to the guy, the train station janitor. He actually looks like a captain or something with that hat for some reason. I don't know, giving me captain vibes. I think he was here on the left, right?
I'm sorry to disturb you.
What can I do for you, miss?
Where might I find some forest Sauvignon plants, please?
No place around here, that's for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. That stuff's from the Amazon.
You know, for someone who knows nothing about the plant, you seem pretty well informed about which mysterious faraway country it comes from.
Oh, well, Amazon, Peru, Papua, New Guinea, it's all the same to me. Gotta go. Gotta work.
Wait, don't go. You know what? I don't think he was being totally straight with me.
I think we have a reason to follow him. Right after picking up the mammoth toy. How do I get in the train here? So, the only place where he could have gone is here, isn't it? At least in the train station. So let's check it out. If he's here. He's not.
I can't go that way.
Okay, okay, where did he go? Yeah, maybe I'll take care of the, I don't know, the stuff with the professor first. Yeah, I'm gonna give him that mammoth toy. I don't know, and then I hope he's gonna do me a favor or something. Also, we have the telephone here in the train station to open the... Oh, there he is. Okay.
Excuse me, station master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
No.
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay, I think I can give you a minute of my time.
I'm looking for a kind of little juicy berry. You don't know where I could find some?
Look, lady, the station doesn't have any Sauvignon berries, not even forest Sauvignon.
Funny you should mention it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Forest Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, raspberries, red currants, they're all the same to me. And we don't grow none of them here.
But you see, I have just read a very interesting book which says that the rare Sauvignon berry is actually cultivated here, in the famous Barockstadt University aviary itself.
Well, if it's in a book, then don't believe everything you read, miss.
I don't know why, but I don't think you're telling me the truth.
What do you mean? I don't know. How should I know where to find your stupid grave? Go ask your professor, what's his name, Pons, the paleontologist.
But you're the master of this station, so you should know better than anyone.
Nobody tells me anything. I don't know. Go see the old guy with the fossils.
Aha!
I won't disturb you any longer, Mr. Station Master.
Well, let's do that then.
Welcome to Barockstadt, miss.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call the service hotline first, and then I'm gonna go and visit the professor again. The number, I think I'm gonna write it down. So we have 27666742. And
That looks broken. That looks broken.
Oh.
I need a key.
Oh. I can't even call anyone. Okay, I guess we're gonna do that later then, because it's broken and I need a key. And I don't have that. It's fine. We know what we can do. And the stairs are the worst in the game, because it takes them forever to walk them. The professor, he was here. And let's give him a present. I mean, not a present, just, you know, borrow it.
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again. Professor, I have brought you something that should be of interest to you. Look.
What have you got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth. But this is Hans' doll, is it not? Yes, of course it is. How on earth did you... Oh, my God. It's in my hands. It exists. It really exists. Please do excuse me. I'm deeply, deeply moved.
You see? Your Hans and my Vorarlberg heir are one and the same.
This is incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory. I must study this carefully. May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it. But I need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object. If you are interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is essential that you attend.
do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
Okay. What about the grapes? Hello. Oh. Oh. It's one of these things. Is there anything else? I don't think so. looks like wine. Bottle of... Oh, no, young Galacula powder. What do I need that for? I mean, I remember it's that mushroom we read about, but... Okay. I just don't know what we're gonna do with it.
What is it you want to know, miss?
You wouldn't know where the forest Sauvignon plants are kept in Barockstadt, would you?
Why do you think there are Sauvignon plants here?
I read about it in a book at the library.
Try going to see the station master. If such a shrub exists, he will have a better idea than anyone.
It's actually he who sent me to you. I thought it a little strange, but he definitely said ask the paleontologist. You're the only one here, aren't you?
Yes indeed. What a strange way to behave. Well, I think he must have made a mistake, that's all. Nobody tells me anything here. Maybe you should ask the rectors. After all, they are in charge of the university.
All right, thanks.
I already asked them.
I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Nobody wants to talk
Sorry?
about it.
No, not at all, my dear child.
Okay. Let's go to the rectors again. And apply some pressure because I'm getting annoyed. And I really need those berries. Grapes, I mean. Now, please make it short. Don't talk too much. Okay, guys. Spill the tea now.
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
A little problem.
They are kept to oneself.
Nor Trey. Here we
Just
are,
shut up
busy
already.
chatting.
Already?
Thank you for a
And thank you.
Oh wait, did I maybe because I pressed escape to skip all their blah blah, but maybe I broke the conversation by pressing escape. I'm not sure, maybe
Gentlemen, forgive
I
me for
closed
disturbing you again, but
the-
I have a little problem.
A little problem. Everyone has little
the
problems
dialogue
now,
options.
you know.
They are kept to oneself. And they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
Okay, it was
Are
mine
you
then.
sure there are no
Sorry.
Amazon Sauvignon plants in Barockstadt? Because I have just interviewed the station master and the paleontologist, and what they said really didn't convince me that there wasn't any here.
We are quite definite on this point. There are no Sauvignon plants growing in Barockstadt.
Oh please, cut the
You
bullshit.
see, miss, the Amazon Forest Sauvignon is a rare shrub that requires very special conditions for growth.
That's right. Conditions that are very hard to reproduce, believe you me.
Difficult, but not impossible. Fortunately, our garden has proved very successful.
Your garden?
Hmm.
So, there is a garden in Barockstadt?
Oh, the garden. Well, if there was one, it would be only a little garden hidden behind the station. But our station master would be very proud of it.
He would take very good care of it, too. Everything would grow marvelously if we were able to cultivate it at all, and it would be all down to his gardening prowess.
And we would be proud as punch. And we wouldn't forget the role the paleontologist might play in this.
What's the paleontologist got to do with it all?
Without him and without his laboratory, how would we make the wine, do you think?
And it would be good wine indeed, my dear colleagues, would it not?
Oh, yes, a delightful balm to soothe away our long hours of toil and our heavy responsibilities.
We would wait impatiently every year for the arrival of the year's produce.
So, if I have understood you correctly, there are indeed Sauvignon plants in Barockstadt. They are cultivated in a garden behind the station, then turned into wine by the paleontologist's loving care. And finally, the pleasure of tasting is yours. If I'm not very much mistaken, gentlemen, you have a minor racket operating here.
Miss, you do go jumping to some hasty conclusions.
We never said that. That's not what we said at all.
We were talking in the conditional. You know, with ifs and woulds.
So, what would happen if I had such a hunch?
You would have to keep it to yourself, of course.
Yes, if you would be so kind as to keep it a secret. It would only be a small local concern, producing barely a few bottles every year.
That's right. Nothing so grandiose
Then give me
as
the
a business.
keys.
Otherwise, we'd be liable to be fined. So we can't count on your discretion, can't we?
Don't worry, I have no intention at all of getting messed up in anything.
Here we are, busy
Already?
Thank you.
And thank...
Okay, so now that I have all the information, I guess I can go back to the station master and ask him about it, right? I mean, that's all I can think of now. I remember when I played this game for the first time, I was so stuck at this point. And I can totally see why. Because running back and forth and asking the same people about the same thing over and over again is kind of like seems... Well, it seems a little counterintuitive. So I wasn't doing it. And so I couldn't progress. But now I'm older and smarter and I know what to do. And maybe it also helps that I played this game like 4 or 5 times. So, Mr. Station Master, take me to the secret garden. Come on. And spill the wine.
Excuse me, Station Master, but I need you again.
Can't you see I am very, very busy?
No, I cannot.
Well, I am. Very busy indeed. But, okay, I think I can give you a minute of my time.
You have been playing with me, haven't you? You knew very well there were forest Sauvignon berries in the station garden.
Not at all. I've never seen your Sauvignon thing.
You don't have to lie to me. I know all about it. You and the rectors are in cahoots, and the professor's lab has been turned into a distillery. You've all got a nice little smuggling racket on the side.
Smuggling racket? Hey, lady, you're going a bit far there. It's just a little on-the-side thing we got going, that's all. It's just for ourselves. Hey, honest.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. Aren't you worried about the reputation of this fine university? The authorities should be informed of this.
But we haven't done anything wrong. It's not a crime.
Can you open the gate to the garden, please?
Sure. No problemo. Right away, miss.
Finally. It wasn't so hard, was it? Okay. Now let's see. We're gonna collect the grapes now. And get rid of the birds. Perfect.
There you are. Please feel free to visit the garden at your leisure. And there was just one thing. I'm not a liar. Not really. Just mum's the word. There is the reputation of the university to think about. And I have superiors, and I have to do what I can.
I understand. Don't you worry.
Thank you, miss.
Now let's see. What have we got? There we go. That's actually not much.
I don't need that for the time being.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all. And now let's get rid of the birds. Okay. Two whole grapes for 3 birds. Okay. Perfect. You know what? Let's save the game real quick.
Impossible to reach it.
Is it? Oh, I have this, okay. Alright, we have an egg for that bend thingy on the square outside the university. Oh, we also have that cylinder. I'm gonna put it in the player inside the train, just to see what's on it. And then we're gonna head back to the university.
Hans, I have some very sad news. Our father is dead. He passed away peacefully last Sunday in his sleep. I feel so lonely now.
Father had been but a shadow of himself since your departure. I had to take care of everything for him. Housework, factory paperwork, the workforce, clients, everything. And now, today, well, I really don't know who or what I'm fighting for. Times are so hard, and this terrible war is destroying everything. Nobody cares for our automatons anymore. I just think about you returning. And when you do return, I will have turned this factory into a palace worthy of your genius. Please take care of yourself. I love you so much, Anna.
Okay. Okay, so there was a message from Anna to Hans. I'm just wondering why it's in that professor's laboratory. Why would he leave it there? I mean, why would Hans leave it there? Oh well. Especially since the professor doesn't even have one of those cylinder players.
Yeah, miss, please, excuse me.
Yes?
You know, I wanted to apologize for our little misunderstanding. I brought you a bottle of wine. Barockstadt Sauvignon. Very good beer. Let me know what you think.
I'm very touched. Thank you.
Good luck on your journey, lady.
Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. Ah, no, this is where we're going now. I just wanted to enter the university out of routine. But instead, we're gonna deal with this thing now. So we have the egg, and it goes here in the egg holder. And I could not have done that with my hands. At all. Just, you know, level the scale and turn the wheel. On the wheel. Ah. I'm living for the puzzles, so I'm not gonna complain. Speaking of which, oh, there's a lever. Oh, looks like it's fixed already. Okay. No puzzle. Well, it's kind of depressing. Dark music. Not my favorite. I prefer the Valadilen soundtrack. Okay, I fixed it. Now give me my money. These guys were here.
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
These guys are annoying me.
Gentlemen,
Money.
I
Give
have
it.
managed to repair your university bandstand.
The bandstand is playing again. This is marvelous news.
We are really very grateful indeed.
Yes, very grateful indeed. We will look back on your visit with much fondness in our hearts.
And now let us in turn honor our word. How much is it you need, miss?
$100, if it's not too much to ask.
We agree to grant you the aforementioned sum, miss. You may now leave with your train.
Perfect. Oh, and the key for the telephone, please.
And while we're on the subject, When will you be leaving?
Yes, because now you should relocate your train as quickly as possible. Here we are, busy chat.
And
Thank you. Okay, now we need to deal with these guys, the boat and the water. Okay, let's see how that goes. Not sure where I get the key from. I guess I'm gonna go back to these guys and talk to them. I mean, the guys with the boat. Maybe they were the ones who broke the telephone in the first place. And since I have the money now... Wait, I think they were here? Is there an entrance? Like a side entrance to the train station? Yeah, looks like it. Good. Little shortcut. Okay. People, I have your money.
Hey there, on the boat.
Guten Tag, schöne Mademoiselle.
My husband say, hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?
It's not very polite of you to take advantage of my predicament. We could have done favors for each other.
Favor, a los...
Excuse me?
My husband say...
How would you know, I'll leave you to it.
Do svidania.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna give them the money in like a money bag like that. $100 in coins.
There you go. Here's your money. I've checked it. It's all there.
That was actually the sound of coins. Oh, isn't that nice?
Ah, thank you. Not difficult get dollar. See? You are a real businesswoman.
I'm not the only one around here.
We pleased to do deal with you. Now, you open lock or we no help you.
Why didn't you manage to open them? After all, you don't have to be a genius.
Ma vad pensinos esto, di kleine madam. No se sai mar alles non comprendo, en allora kaput en andere bordel. Zir zvar moi. On boom telefonieren, kaput.
My husband say instructions complicated. No understand manual. My husband angry. Very angry.
Oh, good job.
Now telephone broke. Kaput.
Now that is annoying. What are you gonna do next?
We wait repairman.
Well, I don't have the time to wait. I'll have to go have a look. There must be some way of releasing the opening mechanism.
Take key. Sailor always need key for lock.
Perfect. Yeah, the language, what the guy was saying, it was literally a mix of, I don't know, 3
Okay,
different
thanks.
languages? Maybe even 4. Did I pick it up? Wait, what? Priests, Canadian press cards. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's make a call.
Hello?
Hey, how's my little baby girl? I was thinking about you only yesterday because I saw this fantastic fur coat. You are wrapping up warm, aren't you? I mean, people in foreign countries never know how to dress properly for the weather.
Mom, it's so sweet of you to worry, but I'm fine, really. The trip's a breeze, no worries. I mean, there's...
Well, when are you coming back? Frank is dying to meet you.
Frank? Oh, yeah, your singer. You two seeing each other then?
Oh, you'll never guess the surprise he gave me yesterday.
No, I suppose I won't.
Frank invited me to a big charity show organized by, someone or another. Anyway, they got him singing a couple of old numbers from his repertoire, and in the end, he asked me to go up on stage with him. Can you imagine me, your mother, on stage in front of thousands of people?
Wow, I would have loved to have been there. Not too emotional, I hope.
Oh, too emotional by far, especially as I hadn't even been to the hairdresser. Well, I didn't even have the proper dress on. But Frank promised me he'd see to that next time. Oh, he's such a cutie. And he's got the sweetest little...
I'm sure he has, Mom.
It would be so good if you could join us one day. Let's see, when is his next gala? I'm so forgetful these days. I swear I'd lose my head if it weren't in the clouds. You just watch out, my girl. Them years will catch up with you much quicker than you think.
I'll look out for them, Ma. Nice to hear your voice. Lots of love.
Well, to you too, my little munchkin.
Okay. Mom is checking up on us. Yeah, and then Frank guy, opera singer, he's gonna become useful a little later on in the game, if I remember correctly. But for now, we're gonna deal with this thing. Key and the number. We have 2766. It's not a telephone.
The instructions are written in a language I don't recognize. The instructions are written in a language I don't recognize.
Okay, this is not a telephone.
That looks broken.
Oh, but I have a phone. Of course, I have a telephone. Never mind. 27666. Means 22 after all. Of course, we have a telephone.
Welcome to the East Block Control Center. To start, press the number sign.
This?
If you are using the Haltenberg lock, press 1. If you are using the Morloff lock, press 2. If you are using the Koningpass lock, press 3. If you are using the Barockstadt lock, press 4. To return to the last command, press the number sign. If you want to raise the water level, press 1. If you want to lower the water level, press 2. To return to the last command, press the number sign. You want to lower the water level in the Barockstadt lock? To confirm your choice, press star. To return to the previous command, press the number sign.
Confirm.
Your request has been logged. Unfortunately, our regional technician is currently on holiday, and no replacement is available. We will reply to your request within 48 hours. In case of an emergency, please operate the lock system manually.
How do I do that?
Apologize for delays to our service.
How do I do that manually?
The instructions are written in a language.
Okay, I am missing information. Maybe he can help me.
I'm sorry to disturb you.
What can I do for you? Well,
No, okay, I got it. Okay. I think it's 4 and 2 because that's what we pressed on the telephone, right? And we need 2 numbers, so 4 for Barockstadt and 2 for lowering the water level, and then I think it was star to confirm. Okay, let's try then. Nice. I did not remember that, I swear. I just solved it. Okay, perfect. And now the last thing is we need to somehow connect the train to the boat. And I already have a hook in my inventory. And then we also somehow have to open the gate in the wall. Okay.
Hey there, on the boat.
Guten Tag, Chef.
My husband. I'll leave you to it.
До свидания.
Hey there.
Guten Tag.
My husband say, hello, young
I know what he's
lady.
saying.
You want to talk to us?
Train mission. Which one?
Right.
Mission?
Now that you've got your $100, can we take...
Okay. Na Ekluse geschlossen.
My husband say, we help.
Yeah, right. I'll leave you to it.
До свидания.
I opened the
My husband
lock
say,
already.
hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?
Oh, did I?
I hope my train
Oh.
isn't... I mean, we're not exact...
Put train in barge. Nah.
I'll leave you...
Dos.
Hey there.
Guten
I'm getting a
Tag.
page.
My husband say, hello, young lady. You want to talk to us?
I just saw
Right,
that there's.
I've got it. I know now how the locks work. So guide your boat into the lock, and I'll take care of the mechanism.
Godverdomme. Das ist eine echte ladies. Alle twee, range alle dingen en obligados de dame. Ach, set content on zurück again.
What did your husband say?
You, hurry up. We hurry to travel again.
Okay. We'll meet each other on the other side. By my train, okay?
Okay. Can I take the? No. Where is it? Where is the boat? Hello? Did you leave without me? Where's the boat? Hello? She said on the other side. Where? Oh, probably on that beach. And that was here. Where the hell are they? I don't get it. Oh, maybe at the gate. Why am I so confused? This, yeah, here they are. And now? No. Oh, now we have to raise it again. Okay, I see. 4, 1. That wasn't so good. Just took me a moment. Okay, and now we go down that sidewalk.
Hey there! On the boat!
Da, barge on other side. You still need us?
It must be really neat to travel by river.
Oh, steck de boot. Eine vergeten das Grund. Für mich, locker ist fantastica. Eine kleine Rot mit Wustet, okay. You guide.
Excuse me?
My husband say he like his barge and he not like your train. Too noisy. If you want to travel in tin can, you stay in tin can.
Sure. What do we do now to tie my train to the barge?
Mademoiselle Takatak, loco coco mitchen.
What did your husband say?
You attach chain to train and chain put train with barge.
Oh, catch it up.
Ah, finally. So, now we can wind up the train again. And then we should be good to go. Only took us 2 hours.
Hello, Kate Walker here.
Miss Walker, this is Professor Ponce. I'm about to start my lecture on the Yukols at any moment. Please make haste to come.
Okay, I'll give it my best.
Excellent. We'll be in the main lecture hall. See you soon.
Alright. I guess I'll do that first then. So, because I also need the mammoth boy back to start the train. Okay. Just gonna take a moment to get there. So I asked the same thing in the last video. How do you like the game so far? I mean, we're a few hours in and we've seen several different locations so far. So I'm wondering, in case you didn't know the game, the Syberia game before, what do you think? How do you like it? How do you like this location? I mentioned that it's one of my favorite locations in the game. How do you like it? And if you already know the games, played them yourself before or watched them or whatever, what's your favorite location? But in this game, and the first in Syberia 1 for now, I'm very curious to see or to hear from you. What do you think about the game? Is it just me who's like super excited and in love with the Syberia series?
Ah, there you are, Miss Walker. Good, good. Take a seat quickly. I'm impatient to start my lesson. My young friends, a very exciting discovery, unimaginable up until only a few hours ago, has come into my hands and has finally allowed me to complete my study on the mysterious Yukol people. Lights, please. The Yukols are a people from the far north about whom very little is known. They live far away, very far away, on the frozen borders of Syberia. This distance and the climatic conditions of the region, which are unfavorable to human existence, have limited the size of the Yukol population and kept it out of reach of the scientific world. The handful of slides that follow are actually the only documentation we have in our possession. It was a Russian explorer who made these drawings and took these photographs 100 or so years ago. Today, we owe what we know about the Yukol people and their culture to him. We know that the origins of the Yukols date back to the last ice age. Curiously, evidence of their presence has been found in Western Europe, and more precisely in the prehistoric caves at the heart of the Alps. This people, it seems, undertook a long migration over centuries towards the far north of the globe. The reasons for this migration are due to the importance of the mammoth in their craft, trade, and culture. They used them for transportation and as beasts of burden. The mammoth brought them meat, skins, fat, and ivory. Man and animal lived in symbiosis. There's no doubt about it. Mammoths started to drift away from the region due to changing climatic conditions, and the Yukols followed them to the north, the edges of Syberia. Prehistoric cave drawings, identified as Yukol in origin, first led me to the extraordinary hypothesis that the Yukols had managed to domesticate the mammoth. They are, to the best of our knowledge, the only prehistoric people to represent a man riding a mammoth. Today, because of this genuine mammoth skin effigy, identified by myself as an authentic Neolithic object, I can confirm this hypothesis. Yukol forebearers managed to tame mammoths. Prehistoric man uses little imagination. He draws what he sees and represents scenes from real life. This familiar day-to-day object is actually a children's toy. As we have seen, Yukol existence was inextricably linked to that of the mammoth. They used its skin for clothing and to make the roofs and walls of their houses. They used the tusks to build the frameworks of their homes, as well as weapons, tools, and jewelry. Curiously, the disappearance of the mammoth 12,000 years ago had no immediate effect on the Yukol's way of life. It seemed that for a long time after, the people maintained their strong bond with the mammoth through the centuries. As incredible as it may seem, the Yukol people have continued right up until the start of this century to feed themselves on mammoth meat and to use the skin for clothing and shelter. Their ivory craftwork industry is still flourishing. It would appear that to preserve ancestral customs, the Yukols learned how to exploit through the centuries the large number of frozen mammoth carcasses that were perfectly preserved in the ice of the Siberian tundra. They have been able to live mainly off this enormous freezer stock for almost 30 centuries. As plausible as this explanation may seem, it seems it is not enough for the scientific community who, I will confess, is greatly perplexed by the question. In the absence of acceptable scientific evidence, you have to make do with Yukol shaman artifacts. The research department that I have the honor to represent today lends no credence to the myths and legends that these tribal charlatans peddle. We have to take their stories at face value, mere tales to while away the long Siberian winter. The legend of the Siberian ice ark is a very good example. You are invited to find out for yourselves from the pamphlet that I had passed around to you. This legend would have us believe that today, somewhere on a lost island to the north of Syberia, there are living mammoths still in existence, a sort of hangover from the Ice Age. This small herd has been miraculously preserved for more than 120 centuries by the Yukol's tender care. And the island on which the pachyderms are said to live is called Syberia. My friends, I advise you to resist the temptation you may have to believe in this pish and tish. The island of Syberia is not charted on any map, and the idea that mammoths have survived to the 21st century is an idle scientist's pipe dream. The Yukols were sadly among the first victims of the colonization of continental Siberia led by the Russians in the 20th century. The Kolkhoz and Sovkhoz systems, as well as the exploitation, disdain, and humiliation people had to suffer, marked a definitive break in the Yukol's traditional lifestyle. And since the collapse of the communist regime, the Yukol population finds itself confronted with the same political and social upheavals that other Siberian communities are experiencing. There are two consequences to arise from this. Some Yukols have lost their tribal identity and have integrated into the Russian population. Others, however, have sought long and hard to re-establish links with their ancestral culture that was lost under the Soviet regime. Now, at the start of the 21st century, the last true surviving Yukols have gone to live on the vast territories of their ancestors. Nobody knows today where they live or how they survived. Their very existence would be a matter for speculation if they did not turn up periodically at the tundra's most isolated fur trading posts to exchange mammoth tusks for essential items. There ends my lecture for today. Thank you for being among us today, Miss Walker. Please make your way to the laboratory where you will find your mammoth doll. There are also photocopies of my lectures should you so require them.
Okay. Sitting next to the projector is a bad idea. The sound was terrible. But let's do that. Let's pick up our mammoth. Hi. And then we should be ready to leave again. Much walking. Oh, by the way, have you subscribed to my channel yet? If not, then why don't you scroll down and do so? I'm gonna upload more games like this, more older point-and-click adventures in the future probably. But I also like to play newer story-rich games. So I highly recommend you subscribe so you don't miss out on them. And while you're down there, also leave a like on this video, please. I would very much appreciate it. I know, the lever first, I remember. The lever last. Well, train is ready.
Hello?
Where are you?
Hi, Dan. I'm in Barockstadt.
What? Is that a town? I hope the man you're looking for lives there. Are you coming home soon?
From what I gather, it's one huge university with an extraordinary station, aviary. If you could only see it, there are trees and birds everywhere. It's so weird here.
Sounds like a great place for a bit of sightseeing. So, are you coming back soon?
I don't think so. In fact, the train I'm traveling on has some kind of a mechanical problem. We've been forced to stop here.
Us? I thought you were alone. Who's with you?
Oscar, the train engineer.
You're messing around with mechanics now, are you?
Don't be so stupid, Dan, please. Oscar is an automaton created by Mr. Vorarlberg, the man I'm looking for. And he's not any old robot. He's a sophisticated butler type, if you see what I mean. He's a bit obsessive as well.
Kate, I don't know what they're feeding you in Europe, but don't you think it's time that you came home?
But my mission still isn't finished.
To hell with your mission. I don't know why you accepted it in the first place. If you just stuck to the middle of the road, then we wouldn't be in this mess.
We? If there's any mess, it's me who's in it. And while I'm trying to come to grips with strange towns, you, my darling, are sitting at home on your butt. I seem to remember we had nothing against my departure.
It was only going to be 2 or 3 days, Kate. Please, try to put yourself in my shoes.
Your shoes. Not only do I have to fit myself into your diary, but I've got to get myself into your shoes as well? Is there anywhere else Sir would like me to put myself while we're on this subject?
Look, I don't want to talk about it now. Call me back when you've calmed down.
I was perfectly calm before I picked up your call. I only wanted a few words of encouragement, not your disdain. Was that too much to ask?
You
can be such a selfish...
Takes one to know one, sweetheart.
Yeah, you tell him, Kate. Selfish what? What an ass. We don't need him. Hey, Oscar, we ready? Start the train.
Everything okay?
Yes, Kate Walker. I am waiting to continue our journey.
That's it, Oscar. We can go.
Kate Walker, I must remind you of one of the journey regulations. All objects featured in the train's inventory must be replaced before departure.
I don't understand.
Something is missing, Kate Walker.
Oh my god! The mammoth doll!
Please return it to its allocated position, Kate Walker.
I'm off, Oscar.
Of course. Okay, let's do that. And then I guess we can leave. It was... Did I forget to pick it up? Shit. I forgot to pick it up from the laboratory. Damn it. The legend of the Ivory Ark. The last ice age ended when the planet warmed up. The sudden climatic change threatened the existence of many animal species, including mammoths, inhabiting the far northern Siberian wastes. It is said that the Yukol peoples decided to follow Noah's example and build an enormous ark to try to preserve the mammoth existence. They lived in symbiosis with the pachyderm, which was at the heart of their religious worship. The ship was constructed entirely from mammoth tusks. A small herd of mammoths was installed on board with enormous quantities of fodder. Control of the ship was entrusted to a handful of particularly intrepid Yukol clans. Their mission was to take the animals to other lands with pastures more befitting to their survival. One day, 50 summers later, a legend would have it, the ark returned to its starting point. The Yukols were astonished to find nobody aboard, apart from the carcasses of several mammoths perfectly preserved in the ice encasing the ship. The clansmen believed this was a mysterious sign from the gods, and they ate the mammoths in a memorable feast. 1 week later, the ark set sail once more, carried away by the currents. Again, it returned half a century later with not a soul on board, except more well-preserved frozen mammoth carcasses. This mystery continued for a millennia, each time the surprisingly well-preserved mammoths appearing out of nowhere. The Yukols interpreted the phenomenon as a benevolent offering from their dead companions, who were believed to have perished in the Ark's first voyage in some horrendous maritime cataclysm. It was believed that their souls had found eternal rest on a mythical island that the shaman named Syberia. They constructed a whole religion around this belief, with rites and customs punctuated by the periodic appearances of the phantom ship and its precious cargo. For centuries, nothing changed the Ark's mysterious cycle. Only the size of the mammoths changed, reducing imperceptibly over time. Until one day, 100 or so years ago, the Ark returned earlier than expected. It was empty. The Yukols were dumbfounded and utterly confused. The spirits of their ancestors had forsaken them. Everything they had believed in, that had been the bedrock of their culture since the very depths of time, had now lost all meaning. The most fanatical believers noted that the frequency of appearances had in fact increased and maintained that there was still hope as long as the Ark continued its return journeys from the unknown. Some elder Yukols boasted having seen it several times, but thenceforth, each time the white ship returned, it only offered an empty shell to the despairing eyes of the surviving Yugols. The belief became superstition, and the reality became legend. Okay. Anything he has to say?
What is it you want to know, miss?
I'll
no,
leave you in
it's
peace.
all good.
I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Guess that's all we need. And now we can go and leave. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. My cat's been throwing up on the couch. So right now I'm just checking on the side if she's not doing it again. I noticed you can't even see. There's like a little pedestal that she just put the mammoth doll on. But I guess my face is in the way, so sorry. Okay, now we can go, Oscar.
Everything okay?
Yes, Kate Walker. I am waiting to continue our journey.
Oscar, if you tell me one more time something's missing, I'll...
Everything is ready. Take your seat, Kate Walker. We are leaving.
Whee!
Okay.
About time. Okay, and we stopped again. What is it this time? Oscar, hello.
What are you doing there, Oscar?
It is imperative that we comply with railroad and customs regulations, Kate Walker.
Oscar, don't you think we could drop the trifling details once and for all?
We need an exit visa to get beyond the wall, Kate Walker.
And you wouldn't know where I could get one of them from, would you?
There is usually some form of authority stationed at a guard post that is strategically positioned to issue such a visa.
Okay.
Okay. See you later, Oscar.
Just gonna
Yes,
skip all
Kate
the
Walker.
dialogue options because he's not gonna help us anyway. I'm gonna have to do it all myself.
No point. It's locked.
Run.
Hello?
Kate! Oh, is that you? What's going on?
Well, I finally got the mechanical train wound, and I hope it's going to take me to Hans Vorarlberg. I had to sort things out with a couple of weirdo sailors, and they probably ripped me off. But now I'm blocked behind this massive wall. You should see it, it's huge!
I'm not talking about that. I want to know what's going on with Dan.
What do you mean?
I bumped into him at Maggie's do, and he said you'd argued.
That's a bit over the top. Things got a bit heated the last time we called, that's all. No need to go overboard.
I don't mean to be Miss Melodramatic, but he didn't seem in such great shape. He had his down-in-the-dumps head on.
Like Dan has a down-in-the-dumps head.
Well, yeah, when that shock of hair flops over his forehead, and his eyes mist up, and his eyebrows kind of creased together.
I'd never noticed. Maybe I did go a bit too far, but he's got such a goody two-shoes image of me that sometimes I just lose it. And this case is taking up a lot of headspace. I was just looking for a bit of compassion.
Well, you sure got mine. So, what's going down?
Like I said before, I'm kind of getting somewhere, but it's slow. This Hans Vorarlberg guy is getting more and more fascinating by the day.
Okay, well, anyway, it doesn't sound like you're bored. Not like back here in the office. Every day is boredom day. Just no fun without you. When are you coming back?
Shouldn't be long, I hope. Look, I've got to go. See you soon.
Well, call us again real soon. And be easier on Dan next time, huh?
I'll try. No point. It's locked.
Of course it's locked. Let's see. Well, that's our train.
Good day to you, sir.
Captain Malatesta, Commander-in-Chief of the Barockstadt border post, at your service, madam.
My name is Kate Walker. I've been assigned by my company to find a man who is supposed to be living in Syberia.
What a peculiar mission, taking so many risks for such a futile goal.
Captain, to my mind, the military zeal with which you insist on guarding this meaningless wall strikes me as equally futile.
I should be offended by your words, miss, but I forgive you, because you are young and unaware of the very real dangers lurking in store for us.
I need a visa to cross the wall and to continue my journey to the east. They told me that you are the only person in a position to issue such a visa.
Indeed, this responsibility is part of my duties. However, I am not currently issuing visas because nobody must venture beyond the wall.
And why not?
It's far too dangerous, in particular for a lady of your standing who is traveling unescorted.
Dangerous? What exactly do you mean, Captain?
The enemy, miss. The enemy. I've been observing them for several years through my telescope. There's one particular horseman stationed yonder. He's a scout from the invading enemy army, and he's been spying on us. So I have to be extremely vigilant. He knows that I know he's there, you understand? And as long as I keep my eye on him, he won't dare try anything.
Are you sure?
Please, take a look for yourself.
Is the person who takes care of the gate anywhere around?
There is no person who takes care of the gate. Believe you me, ma'am. I have been the one and only guardian of this gate since 1968. That year, I took over the position from the late Lieutenant Colonel Malatesta, my own father.
In that case, can you tell me how the mechanism works? It sure looks complicated to me.
Not at all. It is child's play for anyone who takes the time to work out its surprisingly straightforward logic. And from the looks of your locomotive, it shouldn't pose you any problems.
Why do you say that?
When I caught sight of your formidable locomotive, I immediately said, heavens, only Hans Vorarlberg could design such an engine. And I know what I'm talking about, ma'am, because he invented the gate's original mechanism. It was his last creation here in Barockstadt.
So you know Hans Vorarlberg?
No, I mean, not personally. I was only a baby when he stayed in Barockstadt. My father spoke often of him, and I knew about his inventions. He left very many things behind him.
I know.
In any case, I noticed that his fantastic knack for inventing has not deteriorated with age. How's he doing?
I don't know. In fact, I don't actually know him. I'm searching for him. An inheritance matter. I hope his train is going to lead me to him.
And why not? His inventions are always full of surprises.
Between the station aviary and this bleak wall, the change in atmosphere is radical, don't you think?
It's been a long time since I've been at liberty to judge, miss. My duties forbid me from abandoning my post.
Don't mind me if I retire, Captain.
Please, madam. My respects.
Well, let's take a look. Beyond the wall.
Look, broken glasses. If they belong to the captain, then he sure has eye problems going by those lenses. I haven't got time to have a drink right now.
Okay, so this is where that mushroom powder is probably gonna come in handy, right?
How strange. I can't see a Cossack horseman at all. There's just a dead tree in the middle of an empty plain. That poor captain must have really bad eyesight. Good day to you, sir.
Captain Malatesta, Commander-in-Chief of the Barockstadt border post, at your service, madam.
I need a visa to cross the wall and to continue.
Indeed.
And why not?
It's far too dangerous.
Captain, I can assure you that your enemy horseman is in fact simply a dead tree.
A tree? But that's totally ridiculous. I can tell you have never seen a Cossack before in your life.
How long has this Cossack been spying on your wall?
For a long time. Yes, a very long time. But they could attack at any moment. We simply cannot tell.
And he's been in the same position the whole time?
Cossacks are soldiers, miss. They're capable of great resistance and persistence in the face of adversity.
Don't mind me if I retire, Captain.
Please, madam.
Well, let's improve his eyesight a little bit, right? I wish it was that easy. I kind of feel him, because I'm pretty much blind without my contact lenses or glasses. So, I wish it was that easy.
Colonel, sir.
Captain, yes.
But you have the air of a great officer.
You flatter me, miss. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that we frontier soldiers are often forgotten by the military administration.
There's no justice. I sympathize with you, Captain. Let us forget our worries for a moment and have a little drink together in the name of friendship.
It would be my pleasure, miss, but the regulations strictly forbid it.
Come on. A little glass of wine never hurt anybody. And nobody need know.
It's a good
Wine,
shit from
miss?
the university.
You are putting me in a very delicate situation.
Don't deny yourself, Captain. Just a little glass. I assure you, it is excellent.
Well, perhaps just a drop.
Here's your glass. To your good health, Captain.
And to yours, miss.
Now take a look again.
it's been a long time since I've drunk wine in such pleasant company. I admit, it is excellent.
Isn't it? You wouldn't think it came from Barockstadt. It is made from the Amazon forest Sauvignon grape that has been miraculously conserved and cultivated in the station garden.
Well, well, well. The university authorities kept that one to themselves.
You know, Captain, it is essential that I continue my journey eastwards.
Please, don't even think about it. As I've said, it's extremely dangerous. The enemy is spying on us.
Perhaps your Cossack horseman isn't quite what you thought. Perhaps it's just a dead tree twisted into a strange shape. You should take another look. You never know. Go on, Captain. Give it a try.
So be it. I will make this concession to the fairer sex, miss. But it does seem to be quite ridiculous. Incredible. How is this possible? By what strange magic? How could I have been so wrong for so long? The enemy was only a tree. I'm so ashamed.
It's not that bad, Captain. It's only human to make mistakes, after all.
A tree. Nothing but a dead tree.
Pull yourself together, Captain. It's okay. And now I suppose there's nothing stopping you from issuing me a visa?
Yes, of course. There is no more danger. All these years. And now the Cossack has gone. There is nothing left to watch.
Captain, you should be delighted. From now on, you don't have to stay pinned to your watchtower. Travel can start up again normally. You will be able to resume your regular duties like issuing entrance and exit visas.
You are right. I will sign you a visa to cross the wall frontier immediately. 1,000 apologies. Here, miss.
Authorization to cross the border. This document authorizes the holder with belongings to pass through the border wall gate. Captain Malatesta, the gate commander. Warning. Beyond the ramparts, conditions for journeys into the Eastern Territories are filled with uncertainty and reputed to be hazardous. As a consequence, the wall authorities cannot guarantee the physical safety of the traveler and decline all responsibility in the event of an incident.
Thank you, Captain. And keep your eyes open.
Miss, if we could keep this between ourselves, please. For the sake of my honor, you understand?
You have my promise, Captain.
So is there anything else that I need to do? I mean, the gate is still closed, so how do I open it? Wrong direction? Okay,
No point. It's locked.
I'm not going there. Okay. Let's see. Oh wait. Okay, maybe it's enough to give the visa to Oscar, and he will take care of the rest. Maybe.
Oscar, can't you please forget about procedure just for once?
Your request is refused, Kate Walker.
Oscar, don't you think we've wasted...
You neglected to find the clockwork winding mechanism for the train with sufficient haste, Kate Walker.
What nerve! And you refused to lend a helping hand. Help that could have been invaluable to me.
I agree, Kate Walker.
If you weren't so obsessed by procedure, we wouldn't have had a hitch.
I am not entirely convinced, Kate Walker.
Oscar, please. Let's get in the train.
Yes, Kate Walker. Give me the visa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Kate.
I have it here. Wait.
Here is the visa. I hope it's regulation, my dear Oscar.
It is regulation. Here is your ticket.
Train ticket departing from Barockstadt. Okay,
Have a good journey, Kate Walker.
We don't know
So,
where it's going.
Can we go now?
Indeed. We are already very late, Kate Walker.
What's up here? I didn't check that out. Ah.
I wonder how that works.
Yeah, I guess we don't have to do anything with it. I think that's all gonna work automatically. So we just sit down and enjoy the ride.
Your ticket, please, Kate Walker.
Here you go.
Here you go, Oscar.
Thank you, Kate Walker. Now, please return to your seat, Kate Walker.
Yes, Oscar. Immediately, Oscar.
I just love how she's making fun of him. In a loving way, though. Alright. Well, we arrived. Just had some problems speaking. We arrived at the next location. Actually, it's one of my least favorite locations in the game. But I'm gonna end this video here. So thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the upcoming videos. And I hope I will see you all in my next video.